This cross-text connections question has my favorite cross-text connections question, which is, how would the author of text 2 most likely respond to text 1? So the underlined portion, but still text 1. So I like to read text 2 first. I'm going to do that. Insects do not have cortexes or other brain areas associated with emotions in humans. Aw, poor insects. Still, Galpayage and her team, oh boy, I'm just some person. That's a person. Still, this person and her team have shown that bumblebees may engage in play, possibly experiencing some kind of positive emotional state. Other studies have suggested that bees experience negative emotional states, for example, stress, but as this person and her team have acknowledged, emotions in insects, if they do indeed exist, are likely very rudimentary. Rudimentary, great SAT word, means simple, basic. Handwriting, terrible. Very rudimentary handwriting. Okay. So this person's saying there's emotions. Maybe people think they don't, but they are there, or some version of them. Let's look at text 1 now. And when I'm reading text 1, especially when I get to the underlined portion, I'm thinking, what would text 2 say about that? So text 2 is saying, they do have emotions of some kind, basic emotions. Let's put it at that. Text 1. In a study of insect behavior, this person presented bumblebees with small wooden balls and observed many of the bees clinging to, rolling, and dragging the objects. The researchers provided no external rewards, such as food, to encourage these interactions. The bees simply appeared to be playing, and for no other reason than because they were having fun. So how would text 2 respond? I guess they'd agree. Is that possible? Most of the time these disagree, but maybe. I don't know. I honestly don't know where this is going. Let's look at the choices. This is the best thing, is you don't have to always know. We can look at the choices and see. So A, by objecting, disagreeing, that the bees are actually experiencing negative feeling akin to stress rather than a positive feeling. Well, we don't know that. I mean, they're just saying that they could have both feelings. So we don't know which one they were having, but the whole point of text 2 is just that they do have emotions, positive and negative, and they're fairly basic. So I don't think text 2 is arguing in favor of one emotion over another. So I think we can get rid of that. So I don't think we have evidence of that. Choice B, by arguing that some insects other than bumblebees may be capable of experiencing complex emotional states. Well, we're really focused on the bumblebees here. I know at the beginning of text 2, they do talk about insects in general, but this study is about bees. The word other is always something I notice when I see it in an answer choice, because if the passage isn't about something other than whatever they were talking about, then I don't want to make the choice about something other than what we're talking about. We're talking about bees, so let's stick to the bees. C, by pointing out that even humans sometimes struggle to have fun while engaging in play. Do I have to say anything more? No, it's about the bees, guys. It's about the bees. D, by noting that if the bees were truly playing, any positive feelings they may have experienced were probably quite basic. Basic. Boom. Yeah, that's it. So it's, I think A is the most tempting because it did talk about negative emotions, especially at the end of passage 2. And so you're kind of like, oh, maybe that's what they're going for. But text 2 is not taking a side and saying, no, the bees are living like a life of misery and stress. No, it's just that they have emotions. We don't really understand them, but they're basic, rudimentary emotions regardless. So choice D is kind of saying that without really getting into the details of what might be going on when they're playing with those balls. So I think it's a very easy question. Hopefully the word rudimentary. I guess a lot in this passage kind of hinges on that, and that does go to show that there are certain SAT vocabulary words that could show up in the questions that aren't explicitly about vocabulary. And so this passage to me does rely on this very strong word. So hopefully if you didn't know it, now you do.